We're happy to release an all-new color management tool for most templates. The Color Palette Manager used to be accessed through the Site Manager, but we now have developed an editing client that allows for live and visible modifications to be previewed before actual implementation. I'll show you how it works now. In the admin toolbar is now a link to the new color editor. After clicking this link, a palette manager appears from the bottom of the screen, and you'll notice a couple key parts to this tool. First of all, on the left side, all saved palettes are displayed. You'll see I have the active palette, which is a default palette for this template, and then another one, and I'll click on that in just a moment to show you what it does. And secondly, on the right side, the colors will appear for management when a palette is selected. Now, a template's default palette is not editable, but you can make a copy by clicking the Add Palette button. Doing so adds a new palette to the left side of the toolbar, and then you could select it to bring its colors into the management side of the editor. So if I click Add Palette, the page will refresh. It will come back with a new palette. It's a copy of this template's default palette. Now, before we start changing colors, notice that there are two links in the top right. Now, by default, if you hover over a color that's used on the active page, the screen will scroll to its location and highlight the area. Let me show you what that looks like. So I just selected this new palette that I added, and if I hover over an element, you see it highlights there at the top, or if I go to another one here, like these boxes there on the top of the screen now, the web page simply scrolled to the location of those boxes. And if I go back to the first color, it goes up to the top again. So but by default, the scroll and then the highlight are enabled. And you can uncheck those if you'd like those not to work in the way that they do by default. Also, four buttons appear at the top. You have Save Palette, which will save changes without activating it. Then Save and Activate will both save the changes you made and also activate that color palette. Thirdly, Delete will simply delete the color palette. And then Add Palette will add a new copy of the default palette for that template. To change a color, simply click on the desired box and then use the color picker that appears to choose the color. So if I wanted to change that top area right there, it's currently set at the beige color that it is. I could make it something a little darker simply by dragging around in this area. And you notice that the web page updates live with whatever I'm selecting. So I could choose any color in here, or use this side to change the shade to a different color. Completely up to you the way that you want to use this. Also, you could specify specific RGB values if you're used to that, or even a hex value. One thing that you see there, that it just scrolled down to that particular box on the page, and I need to go back up to get back to this, access this color picker. One thing I could do if I wanted is to just put in a specific number here, or I could copy from one of the other numbers from one of the other colors below, or just put in my own here. So I'll just add a shade of gray up there, and that one doesn't look very good. Let's do a lighter one. And there, so I made my own, and it updates live, just as if I were using the color picker tool. So you can do it that way, and I could also change some of the other colors here. Each template is different, what it's using, and sometimes you might see a color that moves to a location, but you don't see it. It could be because it's a hidden part of a menu or something like that. So I'll change this one as well to a blue, and then maybe change the background color as well to something else, maybe that shade. And there's a lot of different things that you could do with this. And you see there, just with 3 changes to 3 different colors, I've made the template look completely different. Once I'm finished, then all I have to do is click Save and Activate to make this the active palette. What I'll do for now is just save it so it doesn't make it active. And so it saves, and it will refresh the page and then bring back up the current one. You'll see here I have one saved from before, and I could select that one, and it then changes the template to be this palette, or I can do the one that I just worked on right now, and it goes back to that. And then to activate, just click Save and Activate, and it says it's saving, and then refreshes and activates, and the color palette manager disappears. If any visitor went to the site, it's now live and can see the change. But the neat thing is that you could change the colors and test things and see which color affected which area and which font and which background before you actually have to go live with it. So it provides an easy way to test and develop. To open it back up again, simply click Color Editor and it pops open. And then to close it, if you want to close it before without saving something, then you can choose this Close Editor link right there, and it's all done. And as always, any questions you have, feel free to contact our support team, and we're happy to assist.